Hey guys, this is Anastasia on fire. Doing yet another car session. Kicking out a lot tonight, so yeah, feeling really productive. This is another YouTube Pagan Challenge video. This video is, what is your definition of light, or how do you see enlightenment? I'm going to focus on the enlightenment concept because I think light gets to be a bit broad, and if you give me that broad of a paintbrush, sweetie, you're going to be painting a very long time, and it will get very confusing. It will look like a Pollock by the time we're done, and that is just not good for YouTube. Enlightenment. What does enlightenment mean to me? For me, it really connects with evolution for me. I think the more enlightened we become, the more open we become. When we open ourselves, we evolve. I think if someone is closed off, if someone doesn't really want to know more or look to know more or seek, I think that's where enlightenment comes from. We are born into this world. Oftentimes when we're children, it can go a couple of different ways. I think if children are born and just left to do their thing, they are very open beings. And I think that's where we get the idea that a lot of children have these gifts. My witchy sister is my daughter's godmother, and, well, goddess mother. She even calls her goddess mother. I'm so proud. She and I, when Lily was younger, we would go into the Eye of Horus, before it moved, a local witchy shop in downtown, probably more like uptown, but in the city, Minneapolis, in their old location, and she would be sitting in her stroller, and she would be, at first it would be staring at one specific area. If you stepped in front of her, she would move her head around you to continue staring at this one certain area. When she got a little bit older and started talking, or even just baby babbling, she would do this. And again, it would be the same thing. She would step in front of her, like she would talk to this area. And the area would move, it would always change, but whenever she would go in there, she would be talking to someone. And I don't know what it was, don't know if it was anything, but people talk about children seeing ghosts, children seeing energies, children knowing things that they couldn't possibly know. And I think that's because when we're children, we're open. We are seeking more than anything else when we're kids, you know? We're learning how to talk, we're learning how to walk. Potty training, my daughter is currently potty training, trust me. This is harder than any exam I have ever taken in my life, is her learning how to go to the bathroom in the potty. But you do. When you're a kid, you absorb. That's enlightenment. It's taking this knowledge and internalizing it and learning from it and growing from it and becoming more from it. And I think when we get enlightened, when we look at all of this stuff and we gain all of this knowledge and it comes to us and we take it in and we take it in and we really take it in, not just in one ear, out the other, but think about it and contemplate it. And even if we don't agree with it, I think if you really look at someone's point of view, like debates, true debates, great conversations, I think those are wonderful for evolving, for enlightening, because I don't need to agree with you. But if I hear what you're saying and I take in everything you're saying and I really apply it and think, okay, how does A plus B equal C in this scenario? I'm still going to learn something. I'm still going to get something from that. If nothing else, I'm going to get information. Ray is dancing in the back of my car. So I should probably hurry up with this video. I'm going to learn something, if nothing else, a bit of understanding from that other person. And I think that is so amazing. And I think that's where enlightenment comes from us looking at things and really getting it and learning from it and being part of it and letting it connect to us in a way that most things wouldn't normally connect to us. And I think that's why children are so gifted, because they have that enlightenment hitting them all the time because they're learning and learning and learning. And I think when you get to a certain age, you kind of lose that wonder. You kind of lose that connection, because I think sometimes you feel like, I've learned everything I can learn. And I think society does that, because society, I don't necessarily think, sorry, my daughter's playing in front of me. I don't think society always wants thinkers. I think they want followers. So I think at a certain time we're kind of indoctrinated to not think so much, not seek so much, not question why is A plus B equaling C in this scenario, but instead we're told this is the answer. C is what the answer is. Don't bother asking why. It just is. And I think people can go a couple of different ways. You can either connect to that and just, okay, C is the answer. All right, go forward. And that's our mundane lives, I think, where we're just doing what we need to do to get by, and we don't question anything or do anything. But we just kind of keep going with life. But so we have that. But then we have people that say, no, I'm not going to just follow what you're doing and not question why. I'm going to I'm sorry, I'm trying to hurry up so I can deal with my daughter. We have people that won't just do what they're told. They will look at why regardless. They will look at what they're seeking knowledge on. They will ask the question of why does A plus B equal C? And that is when those people kind of wake up. We talk about people awakening, people finding their true selves, people opening themselves up. That's where it begins, I think, by questioning, why does this resonate with me? Why does this not resonate with me? Why does everyone else on the earth feel like this is how it should be done? And I just think that's silly, or I just don't get it. Oftentimes the idea of what's wrong with me leads us to this huge awakening. And I think that's a lot of what shadow work is at times. It is a more deep and sometimes brutal awakening. And I think when we awaken, we start to see things, we start to know things, we start to notice things that we wouldn't normally see or notice or know. And in that, we want to know more, we want to do more, we want to see more, we want to notice more, so that feeds it. So I think the more we awaken, that it's the same idea of positive equals feeds positive, negative feeds negative. It's that same idea that so I think it's the saying that enlightenment or awakening will feed enlightenment or awakening. And the more we educate ourselves, the more we open ourselves, the more we become, or the more we seek, I think is probably the best way I can explain it. The more we seek and put ourselves out there and open ourselves up, the more we're going to find we're evolving. We're learning things, we're opening up more. And it's odd to think that a lot of things that we had in childhood actually were very evolved. And the only reason for that is because when we're kids, we want to know everything. So we just need to keep asking questions. We need to keep wanting to know more and learning more and applying ourselves. So yeah, that in a nutshell, especially since my daughter's going crazy outside right now, is kind of how I see enlightenment. In this video, I'm super sorry, guys. She was at the door trying to get in. Her dad's like, no, don't open the door. So you heard my car going off, windshield wipers. Probably not my best video, but I was I felt really jazzed by this, and I liked what I was saying, and I was really resonating with what I was saying, and I didn't want to stop and redo it. So I apologize, probably not my best video, but I really hope that the gist of what I was trying to convey got across. So with that, I will say blessed be and go take care of my crazy daughter. Bye.